Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have clicked on this video, then you have the same question as me. Is this upcoming anime game called Sorcerer Ascent, JJK themed, going to be the next big anime game on Roblox? Well, from all of these sneak peeks that I have kind of done like a mini scroll through, the game does look really interesting. So I thought, why not go ahead, showcase it to you guys, and let you guys decide for yourself whether you're going to be playing this game the moment it releases, or if I guess you're gonna call it like relatively meh. Let's check out the sneak peeks. Hopefully they're going to be absolutely fire, and as per usual, if you guys want to like and subscribe to support the video, then I'd really appreciate it. And also, if you guys want to have a full look at these videos for yourself, the invites to their Discord server is going to be up on screen and as well in the description and comments. But yeah, apart from that though, let's go ahead and let's start off with the very first sneak peek released all the way back in March. Yeah, it seems like that they have been cooking for quite a few months now. So for the very first video, we have Blood Manipulation versus Curse Speech and Jogo Vessel. Now, I am going to assume that this is probably going to be like a mini showcase of like the PvP aspect to this game. For example, this guy over here, I believe he has the blood abilities, and he's going to be fighting, I guess, maybe one of the other developers or friends. Doesn't exactly matter who it is. All they want to showcase it to you guys is how the fighting aspect of the game is going to be looking like. Now, from what I'm seeing, it does look pretty high quality. Like, I can't lie, having a look at all of these visual effects, it looks very solid. Kind of reminds me of like Jujutsu Shenanigans a lot. But obviously, if I had to be honest, I would say that the colors are a bit more vibrant than Jujutsu Shenanigans. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's because Jujutsu Shenanigans is kind of like more on the cartoony / meme side, whilst this is focusing on like serious action, right? Plus as well, it's actually very more complex. Rather than having only 4 moves, you have at least 10 different abilities that you can go ahead and use. Or maybe some of these are like ultimate attacks. Yeah, once again, like I say in all of my sneak peeks video, do not take everything that you're seeing as 100% going to be the same, because for all you know, they're just showcasing all of the potential moves or combos that you could do, and maybe some of these moves might have like level requirements or quest requirements. You kind of get the idea, but okay, that was really cool. We had a black flash over there, meaning that you can actually go ahead and critical hit people in this game. I know a lot of you guys that love, I guess, Yuji and Todo and Sukuna, you guys are gonna love the fact that you can black flash in this game. Seems like as well that there's also more aspects to the game than just punching and activating abilities on your enemies. For example, the enemy of, I guess, the main character of this video is doing some kind of like healing technique. I'm going to assume it's probably reverse curse technique. Or maybe it's one of the main abilities of this character. Again, I'm not entirely sure about the exact specifics of each enemy. And it seems like in this game as well, we are also going to be having animations, especially for black flashes. Not sure about you guys, but if I ever go ahead and 1v1 one of my friends and I land something like this, I am definitely never going to stop clowning on them. I can't lie. Let's see what else this character has to offer. So over here, I am going to assume that this is probably Jogo, and this is most likely his ultimate attack. Or, his ultimate mode, whatever you feel like calling it. Now, does this mean that he's going to be getting a new set of attack animations? Probably. I mean, since Jogo is obviously not the blood manipulation person, I can't really explain who the character is because it might be some spoilers for you guys. You know Choso, right? That guy that loves to use his blood ability? Well, yeah, since blood and fire are obviously completely different, I am going to assume that Jogo over here is going to be having up to, I guess, 10 different abilities as well. Let's see what some of them are, just so then, we have a sneak peek of every single character. So, obviously, some of them are going to be, like, fire-themed, where, like, Fire Blast. And oh, here's another aspect of the game that I might as well go ahead and point out. The environment is actually going to be interactable as well. For example, this car. You can just go ahead and yeet it right into the enemy's face. Ooh, okay, I just ended up accidentally stumbling upon another cool aspect of this game because I know you guys are going to love a lot. Domain expansion clashes. Like, look at this. The enemy and as well you can go ahead and do a domain clash, and then obviously you need to try and, I guess, fill up this bar and like time the charge up of it, and then obviously maybe if it's like 3 of these boxes you get perfect, 2 boxes is great, and anything under is probably very bad. And then of course whoever gets the highest average score will be able to win the domain clash. In fact, let's go ahead and let's see what it's gonna be like. So animation once again, let's have a look. Ooh, wait, hold on a minute. This does not look like Jogo's domain. Is this Chozo's domain? Maybe it has something to do with the fact that this is ex-Jogo vessel and not like something along the lines of versus Jogo vessel. That might be really interesting, you know, being able to combine different curse techniques. I kind of like that. Now, since there are so many different sneak peeks, I'm not going to be watching every single video, like just, for example, the one I just did right now. Once again, if you guys want to see the full videos, feel free to join their Discord server, but we can go ahead and skim through them. For example, this is going to be one of the boss fights in the game, since yes, there is as well a player versus enemy aspect to the game. You know, it's not like your typical 1v1 Battlegrounds game. It's going to be kind of more like, you know, Jujutsu Infinite, where you can fight players, you can, I guess, do quests in this case, and then probably you can level up, get stronger, and absolutely destroy any enemy that comes along your way. Now, in this case, this cursed enemy over here is going to be having a bunch of HP. He's also going to be giving us something of drops. Maybe it's some kind of accessory or leveling upgrade. Again, unless they go ahead and showcase it, I have no clue what they are. If I had to guess, it might give you some kind of like a accessory which would like buff damage or HP, but obviously it would have like a really low drop chance. Plus as well, the fact that this fight is almost 5 minutes long, probably there will be like a party system. So then, you know, you can join your friends or maybe join random people, take out this boss much faster, and kind of be able to farm whatever drops this boss is going to give you. Now here's some more development. Around 1 month after they sent out the sneak peek, apparently they worked on the enemy AI and as well the combat. Now does this mean that we are going to be having improvements to the original characters? I mean, I don't know, it could just be that they made the enemies like use better combos and stuff, but it could also mean that they limited the amount of powers that you have because, you know, this is 6 instead of 10. And then probably by limiting it, they focused on improving the less skills that you have. So, you know, for example, number 6 all the way to number 1 is more effective. And then I guess, of course, you can go ahead and apply it to the different enemies. So you can just go ahead and combo them. Obviously, it's not going to be like some kind of noob AI. I mean, it does seem like even if you try to block or try to dodge, they are still going to be giving, you know, a little bit of a hard time. So yeah, don't expect the AI system to be a walk in the park because you might end up like the guy recording this video, getting absolutely pummeled. Yeah, it seems like the rest of the video is just 1v1s between the different AIs that I guess you can go ahead and find. Probably the higher the level, the more difficult the enemy is going to be. And then I guess to continue from here, we are actually having another sneak peek of a different character, and that is going to be Nobara, the Cursed Doll Technique. So let's see, in this showcase we have 10 different moves once again, and as well this seems to be a 1v1 mode. And it actually seems to be very nicely done. You know, we have a rating, how many wins, and as well losses. So it's going to be telling you that this game is going to be having an awesome ranked system. So then, you know, for those of you guys that love ranked and showcasing that you're number 1, well, you guys are definitely going to love this aspect. So let's just cut to when they go ahead and start fighting. Is that Hikari over there? I'm pretty sure that's Hikari. It looks very like Hikari, I can't lie. Whatever, if he ends up using some kind of like green powers, we will definitely know that is Hikari. But since the main premise of this video is obviously going to be Nobara, let's just have a quick read through her moves. So to go through each one, that is going to be very difficult, but it is going to be obviously based on using your curse dolls and long range attacks. Plus as well, Nobara is pretty known for using her different weapons, like, you know, like the nails and the hammer and obviously the straw doll. So yeah, another bonus I guess you could give for this game is that each character that you choose is actually going to be giving itself a representation, you know. You're not just going to only have the powers, but you'll kind of look the part visually. And honestly, as a thumbnail maker, this is going to help a lot. Once again, if you guys want to go ahead and have a full look at all of her different moves yourself, you guys know exactly where to join. Unfortunately though, this does not seem to be Hikari, but rather just a person that looks like Hikari. Sad day for Hikari fans. I know a lot of people, especially with the new season coming up, are going to really not like the fact if Hikari is not in the game. Now let's speedrun through some of these, because I know that if I spend too long on every single detail that you see in the screenshots for yourself, I'll probably just end up convincing you not to play this game, because, you know, I just love to analyze stuff to the detail. And I guess sometimes I kind of get carried away with yapping, but let's leave it at that though. This seems to be all of the different maps, and then over here it seems like they did end up working on like how the sunlight looks like. So imagine yourself in an area, for example, like this, and then of course you'd have the sunlight shining down on you, giving you that nice, realistic feeling. Too bad they kind of combined the cursed looks with this, because you know, curses, they're meant to look ugly. Like, look at this guy. Imagine waking up at like 3 a.m. and you just see this monster just hovering over you. I'm sure you'd end up screaming too. And oh, look over here, we have a little cute guy that's probably gonna end up doing like 100 trillion damage. Sorry guys, I just love it when the mini, you know, cute little enemies just end up being the biggest pain in the game. Devs, if you're watching this, please make this guy really annoying, okay? It would just be funny to record. But yeah, to end off the sneak peeks over here, they kind of don't really showcase too much. Like the original videos used to be like, you know, 5 minutes long, and these are more like, I guess, detailed, you know, 30 minutes. Now this one's showcasing maximum output, which I believe is just like a potential unlocker. In other words, it's kind of like your ultimate mode, I believe. Don't quote me on that, I might be completely wrong, but I am going to assume that since, you know, there's aura and I believe the abilities slightly changed. No, the abilities look the same. I'm just going to assume that probably you just have a little bit of a damage boost, speed boost, health boost, all of that kind of stuff. And then down on here, we have even more improvements to the original upgrades, or should I say the original aspects of the game. Domain expansions. Now your character like pops up on screen like this, and even when you're like trying to time the like build up, it also looks much cooler, like, you know, blue and red. Literally Gojo. Hopefully my good old friend Kelvin's watching this, because I really want to 1v1 him in this and I want to absolutely demolish him. Maybe I'll get another person as well and we'll do like a video where it's literally just us like IRL or our Roblox avatars, and I just make a thumbnail like this. Let me know down in the comments if you do want to see that. Now, last few things over here. I'm not going to really watch these videos because I'm sure this video is already long enough for you guys to either be convinced or not. But just to point it out to you guys, this game is also going to be having story quests. Puzzles like finding missing items, killing enemies, visiting certain locations. You get the idea, a very simple and straightforward quest that will obviously give you money and leveling points and all of that good stuff. And then we have even more improvements and as well obtainment animations, meaning that certain abilities like reverse curse technique and as well domain expansions, you are actually going to have to unlock them rather than just, you know, spawning in with them. Alright then, apart from that though, ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much wraps up all of the sneak peeks that we have available for the moment. Now, I do believe that I am going to be, you know, as a content creator, getting early access in the very near future. I believe it might be in a week or two, but don't exactly quote me on that because, you know, obviously there might be some delays. But if you guys are interested in this game and maybe want me to make like a part 2 where, you know, I check out all of this stuff, but, you know, actually in-game, then yeah, feel free to DM me about it, like the video, subscribe, comment, you know, all of that good stuff. The better statistics that this video gets will let me know the best way. Like, imagine that, right? I go to sleep and wake up with like 100 comments demanding me to hop on this game. Or even if you don't want me to make a video, maybe you'd prefer I like stream it or something. Maybe I might be allowed to do that. Yeah, I don't know, I'll figure out the details another time. But apart from that though, once again, if you want to join the Discord, you know where to find it. And until next time, I am going to be keeping a very close watch on this game. Let me know if you guys are also going to be doing that as well. That's all, folks. Was that a little bit cringe? I have a feeling, yeah, whatever. I'll see you guys next time.